What is up, guys, and welcome to another video. And in today's video, I'm going to be discussing the exhaust system that I have on my 2016 V6 Mustang, which is right beside me, as you guys can tell. So you guys are going to be getting a bunch of sound clips, and just my opinions on different exhaust systems, would I go with this one again, why I went with this system, all that type of stuff, you know, drone, discussing all that. For starters, guys, I will say one of the first things I did to this car was going ahead and added the Borla S-Type axleback exhaust system. And I will say one of the reasons why I went with that system, you know, over one of your other popular systems, some of you guys may see Roush on a lot of cars, especially these V6 Mustangs, you know, 2011 through 2017. Roush is a huge popular option for these cars, as well as the GTs. Starting off, really the Roush is one of those middle of the road options. And don't get me wrong, guys, I love the Roush exhaust system. I love the way it sounds. However, one of the only things that really deterred me from that system was the droniness of it, that a lot of people were at least reviewing. A lot of people that I spoke to in person were giving that system a little bit more drone than they were the Borla system. If you guys don't know, Borla actually has a no drone guarantee that they offer to their customers. Now that of course is with, you know, your stock system paired with a Borla system. Now if you start, you know, changing your headers to something, and then you have your Borla, you know, system in the back, if it's just an axleback system or even a catback system, that's not really going to stand, because again, that's changing the exhaust system. But overall, Borla has basically a no drone guarantee. And drone was something that I really didn't want to have on my car, especially, you know, with me just starting college back when I got the exhaust system. You know, doing 3-hour drives between Virginia and Charlotte. I really wasn't trying to have a lot of drone, but I still wanted a system that was pretty loud. Now, another thing I was considering when I was looking at the Borla exhaust system and, you know, their entire lineup, so they have the Touring, they have the S-Type, and then they have the ATAKs. Now, I definitely was not considering the Touring. It really wasn't too much of a sound difference in my opinion. I really don't know why you would go with that system. I mean, I guess there are, you know, people that just want a deeper sound, but don't really want to turn up the volume. However, that's definitely not me, and that's probably not a lot of you guys. Now, again, I was looking at the S-Type system and I was looking at the ATAKs. Now, from what I've seen and from what I've heard, you know, just all the reviews that I was reading online, the Borla S-Type system and the ATAK system are actually around the same volume. However, the ATAK system has a higher pitch, and that's why a lot of people are going to think that's louder. I don't really know how to break down the science behind that. It's behind, you know, how your ears interpret sound and whatnot. But again, from what I've actually heard in person, I've heard a lot of V6 Mustangs, you know, with that ATAK system, and then I've, you know, compared it to my S-Type system, and I personally just find that the S-Type system has a lower growl, more, you know, closer to that V8 sound that, let's be honest, a lot of people want their V6 Mustang to sound like. I personally felt like the S-Type system was the way to go, and that's basically why I went ahead and went with the S-Type system over the ATAK system. And after having that S-Type system on the car by itself for a while, you know, as every car enthusiast does, as a lot of us V6 Mustang owners do, one of the next things I went ahead and purchased was the BBK shorty headers. And overall, what I was looking for that was more, a little bit more torque in my lower end. You guys, I actually have that video still up on the channel. I can put that link down in the description below if you guys haven't seen that video. You guys get my initial thoughts and, you know, those initial sound impressions, you know, how it changed the car initially. Those have been on the car now for maybe about 2.5 years, I want to say. So, you know, they've definitely been broken in, and you guys will get to hear some exhaust clips in a minute with, you know, with the whole system now. But overall, guys, you know, I will say that definitely changed the system. It deepened the sound. You know, I feel like it's closer to, again, that throaty V8 sound that we're really all trying to achieve with our cars. You know, will we get there? Probably not, but we're all trying to imitate, you know, some V8. And overall, guys, I think this thing sounds pretty good. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and throw in some sound clips for you guys. So overall, guys, I really do love the way this car sounds. I will go ahead and add real quick, I do think the exhaust sounds a little bit higher pitched in warmer weather, and it's lower pitched in colder weather, mostly in the winter and of course fall. I don't know if that's really scientifically backed up, or if that's if there's a reason behind that. That could be true, that could be false. It just could be, you know, my own perception. But I will say again, the car does sound higher pitched. Another thing I want to add, when it comes to pops and crackles, so this is where, you know, if you have that 2011 through 2014 V6 Mustang, I will say those exhaust systems, especially if you have the Rouse and the Borla axleback system on those cars, it seemed to backfire and pop a lot more. I'm definitely all for it. However, for these 2015 through 2017 V6 Mustangs, you don't really get that as much. To be honest with you guys, the pops and crackles on this car is really random. I never know when it's going to happen. I can kind of get it when I let off at 3, but I will say it always does sound great when it does happen. So it's not something, you know, I can really just get on command, but it does happen occasionally. Again, it is just more random compared to your 2011 to 2014 V6 Mustangs. But like I said, I really do like how this car sounds overall. I also have had people, you know, mention to me in the comments of videos, you know, have you ever thought about going with, you know, high flow cats or anything like that? And to address some of these questions and some of these suggestions, and don't get me wrong, I love when you guys suggest this type of stuff. I've heard some of these systems in person, and any time I've seen a video of a car with high flow cats or no cats. So starting off with high flow cats and long tube headers, I'm pretty sure if you're getting high flow cats, you have to get long tube headers. I believe BBK is one of the few companies that make the long tube header setup for these cars. I've thought about getting long tube headers for the longest time. I actually was planning on getting them. And then, you know, I saw a couple of videos, actually heard a couple of cars in person, same engine and all with those headers, and they all just sounded really raspy. It really wasn't the sound I was trying to go with. Again, overall, I was really trying to choose a system that gave me a sound that I wanted, more skewed towards, again, the V8 sound that, let's be honest, again, all of us really want. So that's something I'm really personally not a fan of. It's, you know, it could be your choice to go with that. Having no cats, I've always thought that's just a ridiculously loud system. I'm not really a fan of that personally. You know, some people, and this is where you get into different styles, different tastes. Some people think louder is, you know, better sounding. I personally don't think just because your system is louder, it sounds good. If anything, I sometimes think you're kind of annoying more people. And like I've mentioned before, guys, you know, these V6 Mustangs can get really raspy, really loud, really fast. And that's just something I feel like you really should be watching with your exhaust setup, with whatever you're choosing, because again, you can get these 3.7 liters really raspy and nasty really fast. And I personally am not the biggest fan of that. So that's why I really haven't gone that route. Again, like I have mentioned before, I have looked at X pipes and H pipes. I'm still debating that because I recently just bought a house in a neighborhood that's kind of more on the quiet end, and I do feel like my car in the morning, I leave around 6 a.m. to go to the gym, and I feel like my car is already kind of tiptoeing around what might be, you know, kind of annoying the neighbors early in the morning. It's really not even that loud of a system on the cold start, as you guys heard, but I really don't know if I want to go any louder. But I am still kind of curious to see what the car would sound like with an H pipe or an X pipe system. So let me know what you guys think about that. You guys think I should just send it, or again, just let me know what you guys think about that. But overall, guys, that's all I really have for today's video. Let me know what you guys think of the system. Let me know what you guys are running, if you think you would go with something different. Actually, the last thing I will say, as I was looking around on American Muscle, I did realize that they offer these with black tips, as well as the Roush axleback system now with black tips. So that would be just about the only thing I would change. If I were to be buying the system today, I would go with black tips. I just think it looks better, looks cleaner, kind of would flow better with my car, but I still think the chrome looks great overall. But I think black is slightly better. But again, guys, that's all I have for today's video. Tell me what you guys think, and I'll catch you guys in another video.